Hey guys, want to show your support to the channel and get some awesome rewards at the same time? Then go check out my Patreon page where at whatever tier you choose that fits your budget, you'll get plenty of rewards such as updates and announcements on the regular, exclusive sneak peeks of my videos before they go up online, get yourself credited, and receive a special shout out at the end of my videos and more. Go to patreon.com/Ackleyattack427TV to start pledging today. And don't forget to also check out and consider gifting me any items I have listed on my Amazon wishlist and even supporting me on my Streamlabs tipping page that'll also help support the channel directly. Links are in the description box below as well as on my link tree for you to check out. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Take care. Hey folks, I'm officially going to be attending Retro GameCon Spring Edition this year, taking place at the new Elite Gaming Arena at the Atrium building over at Clinton Square up in Syracuse, New York on Saturday, May 17th from 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. I'm going to be there all day and I'm going to be cosplaying as Amber from Genshin Impact. So if you see me there in person, then by all means come on up to me and say hi. Hope to see you there. Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and, well, I guess pretty much give it to the date on when this video is going live. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody! So yeah, I guess it is quite obvious that for, of course, given to, of course, the first few videos I've actually put out, yeah, it's quite interesting that we're now in the month of May as we speak, and boy, it looks like we've really got a lot going on for sure, and yeah, I guess it looks like for me when it comes to this month, yeah, it's gonna be extremely busy from what I've actually seen. You name it, from, of course, pretty much Retro GameCon Spring Edition that's gonna be coming up in pretty much less than a couple of weeks, which I'm really excited for. And of course, to keep me occupied, I've got plenty of movies that I'm currently slated to go see for, of course, this month. And boy, it looks like there's a whole batch of these that are coming out as we speak. So I gotta make sure I fill up this whole month for sure with, of course, all the new releases that are going to be coming out for sure. So yeah, I think it's, of course, why I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, and of course, what better way to officially start off this month for sure? That, believe it or not, we've actually got a little something from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yeah, I guess it's pretty much been pretty much a good amount of time since after we talked about the last film in the MCU for sure. And yeah, and I guess it's actually quite obvious given to, of course, what I've actually seen. Looks like we've now officially reached the end of Phase 5 of the MCU as of now. And yeah, I guess it's no big surprise that pretty much for the past couple of years, we did talk about the good number of stuff within Phase 5 of the MCU for sure. Hell, I dare even say it's pretty much the one phase that we've actually covered pretty much a small amount for sure compared to the last few phases that we talked about before for sure. And yeah, I guess it is quite fair, of course, for the most part, that Phase 5 of the MCU does have its ups and downs for sure, and yeah, I think it's actually quite obvious on, of course, that front. And if you have seen my previous thoughts videos on all that, hands down, you'll know exactly what I mean for sure. But luckily enough, I think to cap off Phase 5 of the MCU for sure, and I guess it's quite obvious that given to, of course, that I'm talking about this one, I did did manage to get on this shirt that I've actually got as a Christmas present some time ago, if you may recall, to which... Yeah, even all of it actually, it actually looks nice on me for sure, so... So yeah, but I guess for this case, this movie we're going to be talking about here today is definitely a really great way to cap off Phase 5 of the MCU as a whole, and we're not only treated to, of course, a good one, but a great one entirely, so... So yeah, I think it's, of course, why I can say, of course, that front. But in case you're actually quite curious, we might as well get ourselves in with, of course, the latest film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that I got to see today, which is none other than Thunderbolts. So yeah, I think it's, of course, why I can say, of course, that front. Not only is this the latest film that just came out not too long ago, as well as, of course, obviously the latest installment in the MCU for sure, but it's also based around pretty much surprisingly enough, the rather interesting, pretty much anti-superhero team, if you like to call it that, which is, of course, well, the Thunderbolts. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alrighty then, well, I guess pretty much anything. Before I go into this movie, I think it makes sense to talk about, well, the Thunderbolts entirely, and to be honest, I never actually knew about the Thunderbolts before going into this movie as a whole for sure, because if anything, I actually don't know anything about the Thunderbolts in the slightest for sure. But upon my research before going into this movie, I actually do find the idea of course, a whole team of course, anti-heroes for sure, or superheroes or villains maybe, whichever you prefer. It's kind of rather confusing. But still, I actually do find the idea to actually be quite interesting for sure. It's nowhere near on the same level as, of course, pretty much the Avengers, to which that alone is, of course, a well-known superhero team, hands down, for sure, and for good reason, so yeah, but I do find the idea of course, the Thunderbolts to actually be quite an interesting one, for sure. Not really something that I would get into, hands down, when it comes to some well-known superheroes, or let alone some comics from, of course, Marvel, hands down. But I do find the idea actually quite interesting for sure, and I'd be quite curious to see what they'll do with that, hands down, and boy, it looks like it's really grabbing my interest as a whole, because a lot like everyone else, when I saw the trailers for, of course, this movie, I'll admit I actually was somehow interested and quite excited for, of course, this one, hands down, because because if anything, I do find the idea of course, pretty much the whole group of anti-heroes who have done bad stuff in the past installments of the MCU actually teaming up to actually do some good actually does have something of value for sure. So yeah, I guess it's of course quite obvious, of course, that front for sure. So yeah, but either way, it did grab my interest a whole lot, and I really wanted to check this one out to see on how it'll do. And luckily enough, I did manage to, of course, get myself in to officially go and see this movie for myself. All thanks to the kind people at Crown City Cinemas, as always. And interesting thing that happened around the time I actually got in pretty early to see the said movie for sure, and thank God I did exactly that, because a whole crowd of people actually came in right around afterwards when I actually did so for sure, and yeah, a good number of them actually went to see this movie as well for sure. So So yeah, I'm actually really lucky to actually get myself in to go and see this movie pretty early for sure. So yeah, but regardless, and of course, pretty much some random occurrence happened while the movie was playing that I'll probably get into later on for a future video. I did manage to get myself in to officially go and see this movie for myself, so yeah. And of course, now that I've officially got back from, of course, seeing this movie, I bet a lot of you guys may be wondering, what do I think of this movie now that I finally got the chance to see it? Well, I'm not gonna lie. I really do think the wait for this movie was well worth it, and yeah, I will say this right now, this movie was a lot of fun, so yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, I really enjoyed the hell out of course, this movie as a whole, so yeah, I do find it to be a really fascinating and yet really exciting movie that we actually got, and for it to be the movie to cap off Phase 5 of the MCU as a whole, I say this movie really went out with a massive bang for sure, so yeah, I guess a lot like everyone else, I really enjoyed this movie a whole lot. I think it's really well done in my opinion, and I really love every single minute of it as a whole, so yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Okay, I guess I'm done with that. Alrighty then, well, now that I've officially got the short version out of the way, I guess I'll go ahead and talk about everything that I need to talk about for sure, so yeah, and I guess for starters is, of course, the story, and yeah, I guess if anything for the story for, of course, this movie, I really do like what they actually did for, of course, the story for this one. I really do think it's actually structured out quite well, and I really do admire how things are flowed down for sure. It really does take its time to really establish everything that goes on and builds up on, of course, where it needs to be, hands down, So yeah, I guess it is quite obvious, of course, that front for sure. I really love what they did for the story for, of course, this one, and it really does flow out quite well with, of course, with everything that goes on for sure. So yeah, that's one thing I really do love on what they did for, of course, this movie. Now, as for the writing, I have to say, yeah, I think it's quite interesting to note that I really do think the writing in this film is actually very nicely done for sure. I really do think they really did a great job with what they did for, of course, the film's screenplay for sure. Everything about it is, of course, crafted very, very nicely from what I can gather, and I really do admire the commitment they actually did to really make this one work, hands down, and I really love what they actually did with that, hands down. I think it's actually very nicely done for sure. And of course, another thing I should mention, the comedy, I have to say, I do think it's actually done pretty good for sure. Not necessarily the best I've actually seen, as it could have been a whole lot better, but I did get myself a good laugh out of the number of jokes they actually incorporate in during the course of this movie as a whole, So yeah, I think it's, of course, what I can say, of course, that front for sure. I love what they did with the story, the writing, and the comedy from what I can gather, and for while there might be some parts of it I wish could have been done a whole lot better, I still think it's actually really great in my opinion, and it really does structure everything out to make this movie work as a whole, and they accomplished that very, very well in my opinion, so yeah. That's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright. Alrighty then, so yeah, now that I've actually got those out of the way, I guess I'll go ahead and talk about the next couple of things I should mention, which are, of course, for starters, the characters, and And obviously from what I've actually seen by far, the characters in, of course, this movie, I really do think they are developed very, very well, in my opinion. I think with, of course, each and every single one of them, we actually do get to know these characters early on in the past Marvel movies that came out beforehand, and I really do think establishing those characters from, of course, what I've actually seen, I really do think it's actually very nicely done for sure, and of course, I do understand the troubles and the problems, and even their flaws that they have to overcome for sure. Pretty much when they actually did some bad things in the past, and they want to redeem themselves by doing some good, hands down. And I really love what they actually did for, of course, exactly that for sure. Not only does it help with their development quite well, so that way we can actually care for these characters, but it also still makes them likable and interesting, in my opinion. And I really love the way they actually accomplish that, hands down. So yeah, that's of course what I can say for the characters, hands down. Now, as for the actors who came on board to play all these characters, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I really do think the actors in this film actually pulled off some really great performances, in my opinion, for sure. I really do think each and every single one of these actors really pulled off such really great performances, in my opinion, that really does help to work around the material that's actually being given to them, hands down, for sure. So yeah. And of course, a few standouts, in my opinion, when it comes to the actors by far, would definitely have to be Sebastian Stan, Wyatt Russell, and even David Harbour. All three of these actors that I actually mentioned are definitely pretty much the actors that I know has actually pulled off such excellent performances, in my opinion, out of every single one of them for sure. So yeah. And that's just to name me a few from what I can gather for sure. So yeah, I guess it's quite obvious that I really do love what they actually did for, of course, the acting for, of course, this one. It's actually very nicely done. So yeah, I think it's, of course, what I can say for the characters and the actors as a whole. I really love what they did to really make the characters likable and interesting with such great development, and all the actors who came on board to play all these characters actually pulled off some really great performances, in my opinion. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright then, so yeah, now that I've actually got those two out of the way, what else is there for me to talk about for sure? Actually, quite a whole lot, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I guess pretty much if anything, when it comes to a superhero movie, hands down, of course we're gonna have to mention the action, of course, of this one. And I'm not gonna lie, the action, of course, of this movie is absolutely brilliant, hands down. I think with, of course, every single fight scene that actually happens, to everything else that goes on to really make the action all the more exciting, is quite obviously exciting for sure. So yeah, I think pretty much of anything, I really do admire on what they actually did to really make the action all the more incredible, in my opinion, and they accomplished that very well, hands down. I really do dig on what they actually did from what I've actually seen, and it really is really exciting to watch with, of course, some really great playing out skills to really make this really exciting for sure. And with what I'm actually seeing for sure, they accomplished that quite well. So yeah. And of course, the visuals and the effects, and of course, this one, I'm not gonna lie, I really do think it's actually nicely done for sure. I really do think the visuals and the effects, in my opinion, really do help blend in with, of course, everything that goes on throughout the course of this movie for sure. And I really love when they really take it to a whole new level for sure to really make the effects all the more amazing for sure. And I'm really glad they actually did that for sure. And not to mention some really great production design, in my opinion, that I really do think stands out quite well and fits in well with, of course, the tone of this movie as a whole. So yeah, I think it's what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, and of course, the direction of this film from the film's director, yeah, I will admit, I do think it's actually quite good, in my opinion. Not necessarily the best I've actually seen by far, but I really do like what they actually did for that, hands down. And I really do think the film's director did a good job in actually pretty much putting up a lot of hardworking effort to really make this movie work. And I'm okay with that, hands down. So yeah, I think it's, of course, what I can say, of course, on that front for sure. So yeah, and of course, the cinematography in this film is absolutely brilliant, in my opinion, and yeah, as I really do love the really great camera shots they incorporate into really make this movie look great for sure. And I really do think it actually works quite well to the film's advantage for sure, and I really love what they actually did for that, hands down. So yeah, I think it's, of course, what I can say for the cinematography, and of course the editing, I have to say, I really do think it's actually cut perfectly through some really cuts that they incorporate in, hands down, to really make this stand out quite well. And I really love what they actually did. And that actually does help to match with the film's pacing as well, to which I do find it to be really great, in my opinion, and fits in well with, of course, this movie as a whole. So yeah, I think it's, of course, what I can say for everything else that I can say for this movie as a whole. So yeah, I think with, of course, what I've actually said, I think that would actually show on how much I really enjoyed this movie as a whole. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright. So I guess with all that said and done, that's pretty much everything that I can say about this movie as a whole. So yeah, overall, Thunderbolts is no doubt in my mind a really fascinating and really exciting movie that really left me on the edge of my seat for sure. And with, of course, everything that I've actually seen throughout the course of this movie, it actually makes it not only a good one, but a great one for sure. So yeah, everything that they've actually done for sure, it really works well to, of course, really establish everything that goes on with, of course, what's happened in the past MCU movies for sure. But it even works well as its own movie for sure. So yeah, maybe I guess with a little bit more tweaks here and there in some areas, it could have been absolutely amazing, or at least 100% perfect for sure. But everything that I've actually said, I really do think it's actually very nicely done for sure. So yeah, either way, I really do think this is a movie that I really do think is actually well worth checking out for sure. So yeah, either way, I think with, of course, everything that I've actually said, I guess it is quite obvious that I can agree with a lot of people who say that this movie is absolutely well worth checking out, and I do highly recommend it for sure. So yeah, either way, I really do think this is one movie that is certainly well worth the watch for sure. And yeah, I guess pretty much for what it is, hands down, it is well worth the praise that has actually been given. Not just from plenty of critics and audiences for sure, but myself including for sure. So yeah, either way, I do highly recommend this movie for sure. I think you're going to be in for a really great time, whether it be by yourself or with your own team for sure. This is certainly one movie that really is pretty much worthy of recommendation for sure, and truly one with, of course, that has pretty much a team of bad people who has actually done some good, resulting in a phenomenal movie that's well worth checking out. So yeah, either way, this is well worthy enough for me to say that this is definitely one of the best ones I've actually seen for sure for this year as a whole, and yeah, I'm really glad that I gave it exactly that for sure. So yeah, if that's something up your alley, and if you're looking for a pretty much a full-on Marvel movie that is fun and exciting to watch, amongst plenty of the others for sure. If you take out some of the weaker ones, but I digress, then this movie is for you, hands down. So yeah, you're gonna have a great time with it, hands down, like I did, and it's well worth a couple of hours of your time. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that I can say for this movie as a whole. So yeah, for my final score, yes, I guess it has been a while since I've actually gave one of these for an MCU movie in recent years for sure. So yeah, I'm proud to give Thunderbolts an absolutely outstanding 9 out of 10 as my final score. So yeah, this is truly one of the best ones I've actually seen by far, and I think this is actually a really great way to cap off Phase 5 of the MCU for sure. So yeah, and I guess for that, I'm really excited to see what will come up for, of course, Phase 6 of the MCU that's going to be coming up pretty soon for sure, and it looks like it might be happening sooner rather than later for sure, because, well, it looks like Phase 6 will be starting up in a couple of months with, of course, the brand new Fantastic Four movie that I mentioned earlier, Fantastic Four First Steps, which I'm really excited for when that comes out for sure. So yeah, we'll definitely have to wait and see later on down the road to see on how Phase 6 will go compared to pretty much this phase as a whole, to which, yeah, I mean, let's face it does have its ups and downs for sure, but hey, it is what it is for sure. So yeah, but either way, hopefully I think the future will be bright for the MCU right up until things will finally come to a close, hands down, with this ongoing cinematic universe for sure. Whatever Marvel has got next, hands down, hopefully I think it'll give us something not only exciting, but truly something that is, of course, worthy enough to give themselves the name of Marvel, hands down. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. But until then, and right up until the later films will come out, I say definitely go and check out Thunderbolts for yourself. You're going to be in for a really great time like I did for sure, and it's well worth a couple of hours of your time. So yeah. Alright, so I guess with all that said and done, that's pretty much everything that I can say about this movie as a whole. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest video, and by all means, I want to ask all of you guys, what do you think of Thunderbolts if you've actually seen it for yourself? Do you absolutely really enjoyed it like I did and think it's a really a great movie all the way that's well worth checking out? Or do you absolutely hate it and think it's an absolute waste of time and pretty much ended Phase 5 of the MCU on a much sour note? Or are you somewhere in between where you think it's just okay for sure? So So yeah, let me know down in the comments down below on what you thought of this movie, if you've seen it for yourself. I would love to know on what you guys think, so yeah, I think it's of course a white can see, of course, that front, so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest video, and well, I guess pretty much of anything, I am starting to realize that seeing of how I'm recording this on Star Wars Day, by the time I'm recording this, yeah, part of me is kind of feeling bad for not doing anything Star Wars related on this channel. Well, better luck next time, so yeah. But like I said, this month is going to be extremely busy for me, hands down, and as established earlier, I've got Retro GameCon Spring Edition that I'm looking forward to, hands down, and I guess until then, I've still got plenty of other movies that are coming out for sure that I'm currently slated to go see for sure, so yeah, right up until I'll get some things sorted out to officially go and see all of them, I'll be sure to let you know once I actually do exactly that. But until then, and right up until the next thoughts video that I will do, I guess pretty much as usual, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.
Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/Ackleyattack427TV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427’theThomasFan1 Productions, for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more, in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyattackTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.